the comms and who hasn't. Alright.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You guys all confirmed?
Yep.
Great, you confirmed as well, buddy?
Yes, I am.
Alright, nice one. So, welcome again, guys, to another GTL match. This one tonight featuring Chief versus 7K. I believe this is Chief's map pick of Airfield War and Spawn. So just getting the tank lineup sorted now, and then we'll begin. Joining me on comms today is I'm Great RU, also our lobby moderator, Tank Killer, and Enraged Tanker from NL joining me as well. You can say hello.
It's interesting. This. Oh yeah, I was going to, before someone just decided, stop me. It's whatever.
I didn't mean
hello.
to. It's just because you went quiet.
Never mind. Well, I was getting to it, man.
Well, hello,
I was getting to it. Just gotta wait a second. Now, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, off these initial tank picks, or what I'm seeing is 7K. They're gonna hold. If I had to guess, they're going into much more positions based on holding positions on the map, and then Chief, as you can see with the two Batchets and the 50B, definitely going for a more mobile, more pushy setup. And over 7K with the Sheridan, so he'll be able to outspot the Batchets. But we will see how these teams play out. And I don't know, was it last night Chief played on your 6, I believe?
Yeah, it was.
Or, yeah, last night when Chief played on your 6, both those teams kind of mirrored each other's setups in terms of what they were going to do, and both these teams are almost picking opposites of each other's setups, so we're going to see how that affects gameplay.
It's interesting that they picked dual 277s. They're kind of slower of a heavy tank.
The 277s are quite fast. They're faster than the IS-7 and faster than the 705A. I would prefer the 5As over them, but
The 277.
they're pretty mobile.
I've got way more reliable guns as well, just all around the board.
Mm-hmm.
And the turrets are fairly good as well.
Armor-wise, they're not up to par with the 5As, really, though, are they? Like, their turret's pretty good, but other than that...
Their turrets are better, their hulls are the same.
Yeah, the hulls I don't really find reliable on either of them. I find the hull pretty much like troll bounce on both.
Both hulls are just a prem rounds straight through it, and
yeah, of course.
the WZ 111 5A has the bigger cupolas, but it has more gun depression, and the 277 has very small cupolas, and it has less gun depression, but it's not by much. I think it's like 6 degrees. I believe it's the same as the I7. I could be wrong, but
5 degrees, no, 6 degrees. I think it's 6 degrees. No, I think it's 5. It's the same as the 62A. So
Yeah,
it's 5.
I think it's some weird number. I think it's like, I don't know. I know one of these tanks is like 5.5 degrees, which is weird. I can't remember which one of the new tanks it is.
So the 277, or it's going to be the 433.
Alright. See where initial pushes are going to be. Now, last night we saw Chief spotting the hill without actually sending the tank up onto the hill. We're going to see if they maybe continue on with that tradition, depending on where the Batchets have been deployed, but it appears that Rated is actually going to go up and spot the hill, where there's smokes in the Sheridan. Revere's going to come up and join him. Actually, I mixed that up a bit. I meant to say Revere is coming up this bottom. And
Smoke's gotta be careful there.
Batchets aren't reloaded though. Smokes can get a shot off.
Yeah, he needs to get out of there now.
Still hold for a second. They can't YOLO it. Rated and Revered.
Batchet's
playing aggressive.
So bad now. I can't believe
almost get another shot.
Especially Celeste, those
You know how Chief has to be careful here, especially Revered. Revered can't get shot by that 263. That is a great position for the 263 to go in. I don't know if the 263 knows this, but the 263 has perfect shots up onto, missing a shot there, denied too, but up onto Revered.
Just shoot him, see how it is. Yeah, Legacy's getting.
Yeah, Legacy's gonna get clipped out.
Oh, yeah, see
Legacy's gonna die here.
Oh, no. Tracks.
Rated missing one.
miss. He might have just made it through, had a miss. Yeah, he's just not good.
Smoke's putting another one into Revered. You know, the Sheridan's it's putting in work against the bad guys, you know.
Smoke's supposed to know that Revered.
But
Yeah, I
he,
feel-
He's got a challenge Revered. At least try and go underneath and get out. He could do it. Well, he can't do it now because Raid's halfway through over it, but I would have literally pushed into Revered and then come back underneath again and got out of it. The person all over out.
they can't really, let's say, if the Batchats push Smokes, the Batchats are guaranteed to probably lose one of them if 7K's focus fire is on point. They have the E5 and the 140 along with the Sheridan on combined with the DTL to focus out one. But we'll see. 277 going into the hold down position, pretty much replacing where an IS-7 could be. The
nice hit from the Sheridan.
Unknown 666.
Smoke's got a nice rolling, so you got denied. Smoke's getting challenged on the hill right now.
Smokes are going to get challenged by Raided and Revered, but they're losing hit points for it, and they did not kill him.
That 140 needs to put some damage into Raid. There you go, 37.
Ooh, Raided got tracked. Oh, he
Raided
got his
tracked
that's
again.
track.
Sheridan's
That
might
140
go
might
down
get
to
him
for the
Raid.
taken.
140.
Ooh, 140 missed. Ultra Batchets get to live, and Revered puts 2 shots downrange at risk.
Both Batchats now reload, so Sheridan needs to get out of the fight now. Get his clump. So look at 277's been hit quite a few times. I wonder how many HE'd him, or have they got
I
some
believe
depends on it?
the 277 is getting HE'd by 3 tanks. So Decisive, Needed Disc, and the E4
Yeah,
have all been shooting HE at him, as well as putting a shot in his teeth.
which is
I know I
unfair,
just saw the E4 fire.
which is probably the perfect play you've got to make, because it means he can, he can't poke as much to right cover, or it needs one shot from the 4 or a double tap from the heavy, so...
Smoked has switched place with Risk. Spotted by Magnum, though. That's a missing shot. You know, oh, Shadow Power, that is a very aggressive position. Your E5.
Let's go. Oh, he's on solid hill right now. Isn't he looking to shoot at that shot?
I think he's trying to get shots up for the Batchat for Risk. I think Risk is just looking for their 2 Batchats. Risk, this is going to be dangerous for Risk. Because Revered is a 3-shot.
I mean, if you can pop up and put one into it, and it's just a case of getting 2 more. Quick shift, quick charges.
There you go, Revered got the spot, Risk got the spot.
Rigged.
Is that Revered firing, or is that little flat cannon that just fired in front of him, that little flat cannon?
Took a hit from something. That revealed, or was that something else? Just see what it is.
It was probably Magna. Magna would be, let me check Magna. Yeah, Magna would be the only person that would have shots.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't feel that Magnum was in position to look in that direction. Might be. I would like this, it probably was.
Risk have got to be careful here, because Raided eventually will have shots into him. Now, if Raided, I don't know what Raided ammo will have. But if he doesn't have heat, it might be tough to penetrate those shots.
Looks like Denied's rotating on the E5.
Raided does have a couple
I already thought
5 feet rounds.
Just getting Revered. Great shots.
Shadow Power, Denied has to be careful because the gun handling on the 50B, he's not going to be able to out-peak an E5 because, I mean, the E5, it's not the greatest tank.
Risk is now challenging the Revered, and Risk unfortunately unlike. Is he still carrying that damage, or what's it? I believe he's repaired it. Need to know if that's repaired it.
Both teams have been keeping about a 10% hit point difference, with Chief being ahead for the entirety of the game.
But they've also got a lot of one-shots. They've got Raid and Revered as one-shots. I suppose so. 7K,
Yeah, but that's
and then the C explains.
7K also has 2 one-shots.
Yeah.
But unlike 7K, 7K has put their one shots in the back and they're not really in risk of getting shot. But their two bat chats are in risk of getting shot.
That's another thing though, is that
Yeah.
the one-shot tanks out the autos, there's a lot of damage being knocked out.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Nine's getting ready to make a move here at Shadow Power.
The risk is getting challenged. Yeah, let's have a look at the one's going to come. It's 3 minutes into it. 3 minutes remaining, sorry. It's definitely going to be a push soon.
Knight is looking for that clear. You can definitely tell that he is wondering where is who. Archangel spotted him, but he wanted to deny. Well, wouldn't peek that Archangel. You won't be able to get away with that again. Gotta conserve your hit points.
Best thing to do is to keep your gun in the game as long as possible.
Well, especially in these matches where, you know, if you kill one tank, you win the series regardless. I mean, your one-shot tanks mean a lot.
Especially when it's coming down to like the last 2.5 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah. They really need to get Revered out of there and replace Revered with Denied. You need to drop him back where Raided's at, give Denied up his position, they can drop Revered back to essentially where Raided's at, except...
A nice shot by Magna, taking out the Sheridan.
Risk being spotted now. It's in the hands of 7K. 7K has to make a move. Chief getting another one. Archangel peeking that. It's 50B. Healy jumper moving down though. Ooh, lighting Magna on fire. Magna probably. Magna has a fire extinguisher though. I couldn't imagine him. Not a fire extinguisher. Fire hurt.
Revered may go down. Revered's about to go down. No, Revered got him. Nice.
Ooh,
That was so close. That was so bloody close as well.
There's 3 one-shots here. If Healy jumper can kill Denied. Oh no, that might be a shot.
Look where Raid's moving from. Raid's gone around the back of the island to do so.
Raid is going to flank him. Shadow Power is not going to see him, but Shadow Power might get out of there just in time not to get shot by Raided, and he spots Raided too. This is difficult for Raided.
This is a shot.
That's a costly miss. Denied's clipping out. Shadow Power is in a...
Chief
here,
just
but I
cleaning
think
up
Chief
right
has
now.
got this one.
Yeah, they're cleaning out.
Yep.
Illusion's about to
Ooh,
go
getting
down as
ammo
well.
racked.
4 tanks on 2 flanks.
Wow, Revered
I think that's
Pyro
pretty
like
much
a boss.
GG.
21. I mean, look at all the one-shots though, right? Look at how many one-shots. I mean, this is for both teams, just one-shot tanks getting left over.
I mean, that's just kind of
plays
the
out of both.
aftermath. That's just kind of the aftermath of the brawling. That's kind of all it really was. Brawling from different positions, trading shots. Obviously, Chief did a better
They did better job of lifting out tanks.
They better focus for it as well. Far better.
So good points.
Well, first game goes to Chief. Congratulations, Chief, on that. That was a pretty good game to watch, to be honest.
This is Chief's map pick.
Yeah, by default. They did offer it to 7K.
7K's pick.
Oh, the 7K's
It's
pick?
7K's pick. Yes, 7K picked the map.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so just run down the
7K.
I already backed out, so hopefully Enrage can do it.
Enraged, would you like to run down the damage?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with Chief first. With Rated M in the bat chat, doing 2392. We got Magna Flash Boy, Object 277 doing 947 with Needed Disc, the 115A WZ doing 1391. Denied in the 50B doing 1743. Revered in his bat chat, lighting it up on the hill there, doing 3900. And Mystical Ben and the Supercock 1967. Hatchback Killer doing 23, and Decisive Power doing 1911. Over on the 7K side, unless you want to do a GBR.
I was going to offer it to Great, but I'm not sure if he's moderating still.
Great, you want to go ahead?
I'm
It's
still
probably enough
switching over.
money.
Go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right.
So for
You got the
7K.
Sheridan.
Yep, go ahead. You do. I hate my voice.
Why do you?
Just
You got
do
the
it.
Sheridan doing 2300. I'm not gonna pronounce the name. Well, sure. Shadow Power doing E5. In 1800s, we got the Arc Legacy in the 57. Only did
So
402. We got
Tank Killer's
Hell Jump.
not a mod, apparently, according to
No.
Rated.
He's just a
Yeah, no, I'm not a
he's
mod.
just a
I'm just
commentator.
commentating, yeah.
Yeah, tell them we're recording. We're not streaming or recording.
Hell Jumper in the 263 doing 13. Its Risk is doing 140 doing 19. Got DJ Illusion doing in his 705A doing 1200, and then the both Object 277s doing roughly around 2000.
I mean, some good damage all around. Both teams had
He
well.
doesn't
Yeah, it
want
was
any NL. He doesn't want any NL players that's not a mod.
Really? That's unfortunate.
That's fine.
Sorry,
I
Tank
was,
Killer.
no, that's fine. I was here last night, but I mean, if they don't want me here, I got nothing against that.
You have that in the
There was
Fair enough.
I pulled no quarrel, so. All right, you guys have a nice night. It was good being here for the the one match I was here.
Yeah, no
So
problem. Well, see you in a little bit then.
yep. See you guys later.
Take care. See you in a little bit, man.
Scroll down to
Yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
Soy's party.
So that's news to me because normally they're okay with because we're allied with Chief. So, and he commentated on the one last night. That's quite a surprise to me, to be honest.
I mean, it is what it is. We play them this week. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
it's
it,
fair
like,
enough, but
it's their right as
No.
the game host. I mean.
Yep.
7K's already got most of their tanks up.
Mhm.
227s
Good.
again, 57 heavy, 2 E5s. It's nice to see the E5s back. I mean, I know they're not as good as they once were, prolific, but they seem being played.
I mean, they're still a good all-around tank. I don't.
It's just a case
know,
of
they're
you can't
pretty-
rely on that. You have to move a lot more, don't you? Like you can't take it. You have to bait one a lot more. It's still a good tank. It's just not as not as mistake friendly.
hmm Yeah, you really have to count on your snapshots because, like you said, you have to keep moving back and forth to try to get them to bounce off the trolley fucking turret there.
Oh yeah.
With the cupola.
With I keep thinking of your name. It's not with Tank Killer.
They want the same side. Chief wanted the same side, so I'm putting them.
The same side. What?
Wait, hold on. Oh, never mind. No, Boxhound. Never mind.
I was gonna say, like, I thought you had to play each map twice, different spawns.
You don't have to. Let's say NL chose to pick the same side they were on. They could have the same side.
Yeah, okay. Oh, what? Because it's their map pick. So, like, if we pick this map, we can play the same side twice if we wanted to.
No, you get your. Let's say you pick your map because 7K picked this map, but you get the next spawn choice. So you'd either get right or left.
Yeah, for next map.
You could choose right or left.
Oh, okay, for next game. Okay. I thought it was for each map. I thought each team pick a map at the first spawn.
I believe it could be done that way, or they could choose per game, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that one. Well, Tank Killer unfortunately having to step out of the comms because of well, rules are rules, aren't they? So 'cause he's not a moderator, he can't be present. Great. Would you like to take his spot on the communications a bit more?
Yes, I will. Now that I'm actually able to. Now I was getting dinner prep.
I was worried
There
last
you
game.
go.
I was like, is he? Does he feel replaced or what? Because I was just, I was feeling quite bad. I was hoping that you speak a bit more. I just didn't know what's up.
No, it actually worked out perfect at that point because I was actually in the process of finishing up dinner. Found out my wife's having a boy today.
Oh wow! Congrats.
Oh, right on, man. Do you have any other kids as of right now?
Yes, I've got one 10-year-old boy and one 8-year-old daughter.
If you let their
There
parents
you
know.
So,
Sorry, bad joke. I know.
but
I always got to-
other than the clan, other than my clan, I have
God.
2 biological kids.
So say, when I used to
There you go.
babysit a little bit, people used to ask, I didn't know you had kids. Who's out there? So I don't bloody know. They just turned up one day. Chief slowly picking their tanks. E4 and an E3. The E3 is quite interesting. E100.
is just
E100.
as interesting. On
I
this
don't know how-
map.
I mean, Chief know what they're doing, so I'm not going to argue it, but I personally would never run E100 here just because the terrain's a bit crap for it. Maybe they're trying to just alpha the shit out of 7k. Or the splash. Maybe they're trying to use the splash on it against the 277 to go and hold down. Like HE.
Now I did see Rated had a 50B up, but he's since dropped it.
Yeah, he ran the back chat last game.
Be
didn't
interesting to yeah, it'll be interesting to see what role they have in this game. Maybe in all out. Maybe they're setting up for a better push.
they? What 7k should be noting right now is there's definitely turtle in tanks. They haven't really got a lot of DPM. The only DPM they've got is the Supercock and the 5.8. The rest of them are high alpha, so or autoloaders.
High alpha, and, yeah, autoloaders. Clip potential of the 50Bs.
Exactly.
I think they're going for the old TNG strat on this, or even the old Pearl turtle.
Yeah, it's definitely a turtle. I can see the E3 being behind the bunker over at D9, is it? E4 is going to be somewhere positioned towards the front bunker, like it's at D7, and then the rest of them just go south. I don't know where the U100 is going to go. I presume on the flank, because you can't have the U100 going over the top with how fat it is, because you just get sniped from either side. So it's going to be on the flank, I reckon.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be sitting there watching that hill for any mediums poking and or light tank getting risky.
They're definitely going to send a 50B up to the hill bush, that's for sure. So the same one in reverse. Yeah, so my money's on the E3 at C8, E4 at D6, 50B at E7, 5A at E6, E100 at D6. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's a definite turtle
It is a
lineup.
definite turtle. Pretty much a black.
The 50Bs will probably be sitting back helping the E100 out a little bit so he doesn't get overwhelmed by any lights or mediums.
Exactly. But 1600 clip potential, so all it takes is one tank to do a little bit of damage, 400, 500, and then 50 clip out, so.
Right.
Completely giving up the center hill completely.
As the 3 bit with the 250Bs, I feel they're just going to wait for the right opportunity. They'll probably drain some hit points off 7k and try to make a push with mobility they have with the 50Bs and potential in the alpha. They're heavy tanks.
Yeah, they're going to lemon all the way down red line. Start getting set up so they can eliminate any risk of getting that overclocked.
And the thing about the lineup that they run in too is most of their heavy tanks are really slow, so it can take a while to get in position. Whereas 7K will be set up and ready for whatever they want to try to roll out.
I've seen this strategy before, isn't this what an FUG tries to do?
Yeah, the kind of turtle or that.
It's interesting to see the 705A is running up with the E3, really good. That's coming up as well. Very interesting.
I would have the 758 side spin outside that bunker. Give more of an access. It gives the E3 that whole bunker area right there and just side scrape off the bunker with the 758. That tank is nasty on the side scrape. Hell of a lot of damage side scrape.
You know the funny
Oh, both teams are 5 HE. 758, 5 HE back.
Well, with the direct shot from the 705A, they can do almost 600 damage with the HE with a direct shot.
Take off.
It's gonna be a matter of it's gonna be a matter of trading now. HG, eh?
Yeah, it's going to be a high explosive game. I was going to say, I was just about to switch to the guys in the hill by 7K, see what kind of moves they had, because they were looking to shoot, using the side, which I believe had now.
I like how the Sheridan's moving up undetected. He's going to run the baseline.
So
Blank shots unrated before he even knows. Oh, I would have stayed down, smoker.
7K's line, they gotta know kind of where all the tanks are at now, somewhat, with Smokey being where he's at, and then most tanks have been spotted at.
He gets lit up before he's even able to detect anyone. There's one of the 50Bs. 50Bs are making a move now on. Maybe not. They're holding fast.
This may be
jumped out of there.
so far hit points are 2%, pretty close at the moment. It's games like these, they're hard to commentate on because it's just literally
Nothing
couple
really
of
going
cheap
on
shots,
right now. Just
yeah.
sitting back. A couple of pop shots.
yeah.
Oh, they traded shot there.
Chiefs has got the game in hand, so I guess even if you draw, I guess it would technically be 2-1 if they were cheap. Or no, it looks a wash, so we still 1-0. But it would be Chiefs and half. And playing these games too isn't really you hate seeing these games in a competitive environment when it's a tournament. You're trying to do the best you can. You don't want to throw away anything.
Especially with the tank kills as well, you get more points the more tanks you kill, I think. Because you get 4 points when you kill tanks, isn't it? So neither team really wants to give up entire side.
Smokers is kind of pinned where he's at with the 50B. The 50Bs are trying to pinch him behind this rock, and I don't think he's going to be able to move. He's trying to get away now. He may take a couple hits for it.
The 50Bs actually have all 3 of those tanks on the hill pinned down. Where they're at.
Veer taking some shots.
From the T-57 Heavy.
7K is kind of evened
Now-
up. No, they're ahead on the hit points. Yeah. Veer knows he's got to get out of there. mean, where Chief is now, it's kind of a hard turtle to break. I don't know even how I would go about it. You kind of have to see if you can eliminate the 50 Bs first, I would think.
It would pretty much be.
The 50 Bs are going to have to drop. And they're both down to 2 shots now.
You know, one way to actually remove the turtle strategy like this is to run artillery. Because if they're not going to take the hill, you can just sit one in the back corner and bomb for days, because they haven't got anything to get around the map from 7k up there. So 7k could have, in theory, run artillery on it. So, I mean, at the moment, Chief are allowing 7k to dictate the flow of the battle. Not that 7k are taking advantage of it, you know, they're trying. Chief's in a very good position, all their tanks in the perfect situations as well.
Chief
Oh,
is
looks like Chief's
screwed
making
up
a
for a push now.
Yep. Now with stacks in the lead.
Seven K noticing the push, setting their tanks
7K
in.
is aware of it, yep. They're coming in for a crossfire now. That may not have been the wisest part on Chief. I would have pushed on the backside instead of cutting across the open field. Because now they're almost circled. And it's going to be like Custer's last stand for the next minute and a half.
It's all gonna be about this firing. The points are dead even. It's anybody's game at the moment.
Just as you said that, 7K is leading in hit points now. And eliminated
Thanks,
Angle T.
Steve 7K to hold it out. 45 seconds on the clock.
With 7K,
E100's a one shot.
7K just lost the tank.
There he goes down. 7K hold it out, not long enough to take the W.
For 20 seconds.
Looks like
They need to
Legacy
get
is gonna go
Legacy out of
down.
there.
Oh, just to go Ben trying to finish off there. Legacy manages to get the cover. Looks like it's gonna go to 7K. Wow.
7K wins.
Yeah, that was a really weird push to make. Like, to have them all clustered like that. I think they gave 7K way too much time to react to it. They should have just kept the momentum going. I mean, even though they should have formed up, which they did, I would just kept going, to be honest. Get to the positions and
I
then wait for
honestly
your tanks
think
to
just with the tanks they pushed with, they were just way too slow. Like 7K could put 2 or 3 shots into them before they could even get to them.
Okay, you went under 43 in 705A, which are very slow to reload tanks.
I mean, good. It was a decent battle. The hit points were right close until Chiefs tried to make a move. Which, kudos to them. Like they tried to make a play and it just didn't work. Yeah, I mean, you never just want to see a game end just with just as it would have.
Countdown,
They would have just sat there. Yeah.
The
So
same
kudos to
ended as
them
it
and trying
started.
to make a play.
7K were constantly throughout the game trying to make a push. They were trying, every which angle.
Yeah, they were
Sheridan here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it was a
Yeah,
decent game.
7K was actively probing Chief to see exactly where they're at, where they're weak.
Exactly, which means a lot
And
to
the
be underestimated.
Damage shows that they're a pretty good damage spread on their side.
Also keeping the patience and integrity to stay in position without making unnecessary peaks for the others.
I'm just amazed at the fact that they ran a Sheridan and a Centurion AX and managed to get away with it. I mean, a Patton would have done the same job as the Centurion, wouldn't it? maybe even better.
Yeah, I feel like I like the patent more than, like I haven't played the Centurion, but just from like what I've heard from it, I heard the patent's a little, well,
But
got a better turret.
the main benefits of the Centurion 8 for the pattern is the high penetration HESH rounds it gets, which is high explosive, so it's high penetration, high explosive, but it's HESH. And the mobility, it has better top speed. That said, the pattern's gun is just so much better. Like, you don't really feel the gun bloom, and it can just snapshot like a pro. So it's kind of ironic that the British tank has got less gun handling than an American tank. Because normally it's Americans are slightly under Britain for gun handling. But I mean, yeah, they're both very good tanks. It's just the pattern in its current form is just amazing. Alright, so go on to Himmelsdorf.
I know my guys have grown very fond of using the pattern.
It's a very good tank. I've seen it used quite a lot in scrims and competitive as well. I've seen a couple poking around, so it's not a bad shout.
I mean, with the reload time, it got a reload time nerf, didn't it?
That was a bug. It wasn't intentional. I think there's other tanks affected as well.
Gotcha.
They haven't really noticed. Like the 113 got a secret buff. People are saying it had minus. I mean, I don't know if it had -7 before, but apparently as lately it's showing -7, which I've seen in the garage as well. So I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, the pattern got a bug nerf and then restored again, thankfully. So it's still in a really good position. So we move on to Himmelsdorf, which is a favourite of Chief. They're going to play this really aggressively.
I see. Well, you kind of see the same kind of plays every game. Well, it's a fight for the cap, and this map really does come down to focus fire and hitting your shots, and a little bit. There's a few strats that can counter pushes and put like a few pushes you can make to try to get ahead on your opponents.
Exactly. Chief bringing out an IS-7 this time rather than a 5A or a 2.7. Well, they've got one 2.77, but rather than bringing two 2.77s or two 5As, they've got an IS-7 in the mix. 50Bs are interesting. You know for a fact at least one of them is going to go along the train tracks to try and counter any batchat flanks and deal with the hill as well to get side shots.
Depending on their spawn, on what they're going to do on this. Usually they run their batchats down, or their 50Bs down the tracks.
Spawn. If they're south spawns, they can shoot.
Or they'll take them up north and get that edge on them.
Yeah. I reckon they're going to send one 50B to the hill, because the 50B is normally a push for the E4, because the E4 is just so bloody slow. Wow, 7K haven't got most of their tanks picked. What's going on?
Time's gotta be running short. I didn't even look at the timer.
We've got 10 seconds.
They're about to start way down, if they're not quick. Are they having communication issues, or they haven't said anything? I haven't seen it. There we
Time's
go.
up.
It's
warning.
quite unfortunate, but
3 minutes.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, and I hate having to do it, but rules are rules. I have to start it as soon as that timer's up.
Exactly.
For sure.
So, how do you think this one's going to go? Who do you think's got the advantage?
Well,
It's really going to rely on focus fire for 7K now, considering they're coming into this one 2 tanks down.
What have they got though? 2 IS-7s, 2 E5 Superconk. I mean, they could in theory semi-tail. That means give them the hill, so... That said, she's
I think this is probably a huge talk ranger for them. For me personally, I'd be just playing out. Not much you could do. I mean, you could turtle and try to eliminate and
Both 50Bs are. One's hanging back a little bit, and the other one's pushing hard.
Honestly, with knowing that the Chiefs will get points in the tank, probably the Chiefs will never get the top. It's nice just shots to that business
He missed his first shot. And then second. Third.
I can't see some zero.
After his revered undetected, just thumped his clip.
I thought players around. Tank.
I don't. Hold on, guys. Now you have.
Yeah. So much. It's been really good. Very weird.
Weird.
So play a smart turn to this.
Yeah, they're trying to push hard on the hill.
Size is going to put me in the second play. This is his own versus a nice 7.5. Very unfortunate. It's not too tough now, unfortunately.
It's just going to be an all-out push for Chief. He has 19 set of the rear.
That's
3 minutes is a lot of time to pick tanks, so you should, in theory, have enough time to pick tanks unless there was an issue with communications or party issues.
So it helps to have a general idea of who runs what. Like I know in NL we've got our certain players who run certain tanks constantly. So when we think of batch outs, we've got the same 3 or 4 guys who know what they're doing, and heavies, TDs. You know, we generally have an idea of who's doing what. We don't go assigning, so that gets a lot of time out of it. So it's unfortunate. Another issue is tank availability as well. Like one person might have all the tanks, and another person might have one tank. So if they've got someone like that in their roster. It's unfortunate, but rules are rules, as you said. So every team has to follow those rules. We can't do too much to alleviate. So it's that 2 wins to Chief now, isn't it? 1 win to 7K, 2 wins to Chief. Or is it 2? 8? Yeah, it's right. Yeah, 2 Chief.
It's 2-1. Yep.
So if I take this one, which I presume they will, it's game over and Chief victor.
You're back. Looks like 7K's got their tanks picked rather quickly now. Bringing out the Death Star. Ooh, and the Need for.
Apparently somebody's not very happy.
With what?
Oh,
We're starting early.
Oh,
Well, I didn't say
yeah,
start early.
there's because they're running a Death Star, they're looking just to eliminate tanks now.
Oh,
Michael
okay.
Gracie.
yeah, the Death Star can.
Michael Gracie.
So, especially if it's played properly.
Yeah, it could. It's the see you later tank.
I'm
They
surprised
can-
Chief haven't reacted and run a FE4005, aka the Revered's quite running.
Michael Gracie.
Yeah. I mean, it's got.
Go
It
clean off the
does it have the 10
table.
degrees of gun depression as PC?
I'm not
Same.
sure. I know it got
Did,
some changes.
did it get that? I
It-
mean,
'cause the PC.
in my. Go ahead.
I was going to say that I think it did. I think it did get the 10 degrees gun depression. I was just going to say that on PC it overtook the Death Star because of all the buffs it got,
Yeah.
mobility and shit.
I mean, it's in my opinion, it fucking who like it's a 183 gun. I know it has no armor, but seriously, you don't need a 183 gun with 10 degrees of gun depression. That's kind of retarded.
Imagine if it had Swedish gun depression.
Especially for something that could just reach out and take you for all your hit points. It's like, ouch.
Oh yeah. The thing
What
about
just hit me?
PC, the thing about PC is they got nerf pen,
Yeah,
so it's a little
235.
bit more balanced. Whereas console, you have the 278 pen with the yeah, it's just retarded in my opinion.
It's balanced though, isn't it?
But
Yeah,
everybody knows how much everybody knows how much I fucking love those tanks, dude.
You hate anything that fires high explosive as a fucking solution. Like whether it's artillery or shit barn or Death Star, you hate it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's because they shit on me all the time.
And that's it still.
So is that pretty
Yeah.
They're probably shit.
That's right, exactly.
I
No
was
one likes to get shit on.
You know what's quite funny though is if there's one in the game, it does hit it every single time. Every single time I see one, it hit. Which
And then I like to have my hissy fits.
you guys see right there? Chief tries to take some one shots down the train tracks, so there's something to push up. Here's the tank destroyer to go. So it might speed up.
7K trying to almost counter. Wow, they brought it back. That's it's just not the same spawn though.
Skytech used to be big. It looks like 750 million ways
Cheeky. That's
Gorilla for
that's an interesting.
measure.
That's an interesting play.
It is.
Like what? I mean,
I don't know if the carrots point to
Fuck.
it. I think it's when I was a bit of fun.
I mean, he's getting pretty cheeky. Like that's pretty insane. Ooh, oh, Death Star might be that.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Oh no,
Fox
he's
as
going
well.
to catch a
Foxy.
Fox.
Yeah, Fox as well.
Oh, yep, both of them.
Magna's gonna get out of there. He's
Run, Magna, run. He's going to have to do a drift down the road. Death Star's not going to chase
oh
him.
no,
Death Star's
Shadow
gonna
Power
chase him. Maybe he thinks there's something else with him. Like maybe it wouldn't be stupid to get up on the Great trick.
Magna had to change his mind. He had to change his mind on that. He was like, Where?
I don't know if I blame him.
Well, I think 7K was a technical with him, that's why he was sitting there. I think he thought it was a good matchup or something. Got an old action, didn't see him in a matchup. Get off coming from.
Chief in Action X pushed in a weird spot and went down.
Magna, don't chase the bat chat.
Yeah, as you say, you've seen that. Magna's chasing the bat shot around the map.
Especially now that he just got loaded too.
I think he wants
That
to try and
gonna
get
put him out.
Yeah, Flash wants. I think Flash thinks Cycles is going to counter the hill. That's why he's chasing him down. So if he's applying pressure to the bat can't clip the hill, so then Chief is safe. Better angle.
Only one I have an old on the right side. Chief, I think, is going to notice that. Pushing.
Yeah, they're pushing now. Illusion's getting punished. Amarak. I think 7 needs to be careful with his shots. Looks like pushing the other side. But 7K needs to capitalise on that IS7. Like, have you noticed that they're backing up between shots? Like, they just need to keep moving. They just need to take a hit.
It's kind of... Hit points aren't too bad at the moment. Take advantage. Even it is also... It's actually a close game.
Yeah, 7K are up with tanks and even HP as well.
Possible ghost scout? Question mark?
I think it might be, you know. That said though, Chief of...
It's very possible. But then again, if 7K keeps their focus fire backed up, they're gonna take it.
I mean,
They have to protect
it's the grill that's kind of... They have the extra tank advantage on the hill. It's the grill that's kind of chilling down there. And all 7K has to do now to end it. Tap out and take it to eliminate these two tanks.
That's just going to look on the outside, fully worried, acting as well. Box now, super punishment, that chat, super donk. Always trying to get a shot.
They know where the grill is, now they just gotta sit and tap and wait for it.
No spectator.
Maybe have the super, maybe,
look at Vegas power.
maybe have the, see, I would have the, I'd have the super comp poking the ridge, just get HG a little bit ready for it.
I would just like shake that Oh, that's right, man.
Wow, pretty crazy.
And Magnus' corruption is this guy. It's fun.
Is that where it came from? It's corruption?
Yeah, I believe so.
Corruption.
Yeah, corruption.
It's interesting to see these players that I've played with for such a long time. Half of them I don't know where they originally come from. Pretty sure it probably goes both ways, but
It's kind of funny that everyone,
these players,
like the big four were originally TNG, BG, corruption, and Mormons, wasn't it? Not in any order, but as they fall, pretty much all of the players now, majority of them come from these teams and are now split so much that you'd have to see Jokers is not decided. Hang on.
yeah, I don't think he was expecting to win that one.
That was interesting though. I'm surprised 7K pulled that back, so very well played to him.
Like I said, the focus fire and the fact that they had Chief was pretty much down a tank. Well, I guess the bat chat was down there with the Grill 15 for a while too.
Personally, I think if Chief ran anything else but the grill, they probably would have won that by miles. Like whether they had even a Death Star or something. It's just because the grill couldn't really do much with the lack of armor.
Obviously, Chief had a plan for the grill, and it didn't pan out from what we saw at the start. So they probably tried to make it work. It just didn't work out in their favor.
I'm guessing the idea was to sit it on the tracks and then get shots up on the hill. I presume with the alpha, rate of fire, and accuracy, that's what they were planning on doing. It's kind of obvious though.
But I think, yeah, it was good that 7K had the bat chat though. It was the perfect counter for that.
Exactly.
Correct. harass the grill and keep him off his teammates.
And onto Ghost Town we go. This usually provides a pretty good fight.
Yeah, Ghost Town's always been a map that I've enjoyed playing on and enjoyed watching teams how they adapt and react to different situations and pushes.
Similar to Ents though in terms of turtles, but I feel compared to Ents, this thing you can do a lot more pushes on because there's a lot of spaces, whereas Ents is pretty limited to be fair.
The thing about Ghost Town is there's a lot of alleyways where you can't necessarily see the team unless you absolutely have someone there ready to spot them. There's a lot of angles you can push from.
Especially the corners at D4 and H8, those two down there, you can pretty much move around and not get spotted unless you've got a tank on the opposite corner. 7k picking tanks already, 705A mouse, Supercomp 50B, E4.
They're gonna go.
Yeah, they're not gonna want to get fucking ran tanks down again.
No, they're not. Glad to see that the 705A is now made into meta because I was always excited with that tank. So
I mean, it's got a great armor, frontal armor, and it's got a decent gun. The DPM is lacking, but you can out trade opponents. You're gonna do well in it.
the thing about scrims though is the DPM doesn't necessarily matter too much. I mean, in certain situations, yeah, you want as much of it as possible. But another, if you've got two tanks side by side, they're not going to poke out with that alpha. But it's the trading factor, the fact that you're going to be able to hit them for 650 or so without necessarily taking a shot in return. It's that trading factor of it. Chief coming out with the 57 heavies, double of them, 705A to match, E4 Superconk. I'm expecting I wouldn't say a mouse. What did they run here last night against on your 6th? They ran a ship run, didn't they? FE4005. I don't know if I'll see that.
And it didn't really pay off for them all that much. I think the thing is
RNG.
Barnes got just terrible art. Yeah, it's kind of luck of the draw how you could aim perfectly at in my situation, I'd probably aim perfectly at the back of the tank, and it would go far off into the aim circle into the hill.
Yeah, you turn it into an artillery piece somehow with you. I don't know how you manage it, but you manage.
I don't know if this game hates me sometimes.
You need another size
I'm just
tank. They've only got the
It's
one.
not the game, it's RNGesus that doesn't like you. They're enraged.
Yeah, I think I'm just making excuses for me being bad.
It's because you're Jewish, that's
Probably
why.
it.
RNG doesn't like you because you're Jewish. He sacrificed his ass. I'm expecting another side-scraping tank. I'm expecting, I wouldn't say an E100 necessarily, but maybe I don't know actually.
Another E4?
Possibly. No, 50B, another 50B. 12,
50B.
12. Are they one man down?
Lots
3,
of auto
6,
loaders.
8. No,
No.
that's correct. Both teams have got 8.
Lots of auto loaders.
But they've got the Super Conks and the E4 in to compensate. So they've got the DPM and the Alpha. And the 5.8 hold his own as well. So they've got the perfect combination, I think. 57 is just going to stick
I like
close
the
to
Super
Conks. So go on.
And I like the super conks on the this map because they got that great turret armor plus their gun depression plus their DPM can hold that kind of that ridge line there at usually E5, E4, or on the opposite side.
With the exception of the turret ring, the Super Conqueror's hatch is really only negligible by heat. 330 plus heat. So I'm not sure.
I don't know if I'm not shooting the super conk, but I try to go for its turret ring. It just hardly works half the time.
Yeah,
It's like a
I think
50-50, I guess, so you would say.
you have to aim for like the bottom part of it. Let's
Yeah.
have a look. I might be wrong. Yeah, you have to aim dead center, but for the bottom part of it, 'cause the top part is where the viewport is. So if you do that, you have to aim for the viewport.
Yeah.
Firstly, if you can set from the top of the turret,
I mean, you kind of have to either be even with the goal or kind of above it. You're like if you're in a rush, it's really hard to defend.
At the same time, when you get to the hole's cracked.
I mean, it's better than an F325B. I mean,
I'm surprised they didn't use that in the cheeks, to be honest. I'm surprised they didn't take the turret off the Conqueror. The reason why they can't. Not the Super Conqueror, but the regular. But could you imagine the Super Conqueror's turret on the 50?
but yeah,
I would bring it back.
be careful, they might end this.
I think
Still might
we're
happen.
watch the brawl over here.
Yeah, I'll just gonna take the catch and see. I'll switch it to the best. Set up so we can see the courtyard. So Magnet's got shots into Illusion right now. I think he's just going to fire actually spare until build now. Cool, big fish for 7k here, you seeing this?
Shadow power.
Yeah,
They're
right
going for
away.
it, they're going
Death
for it,
Star
so
a little
they're
bit
going for
more.
it straight into Flash where they see the exploit when they do it.
The overmatch.
Yep,
Hatchback gonna have some decent shots though. Oh, hatchback going, oh.
he's lucky for that. Come the 57 heavies, in come the Super Conqueror.
But again, now they're gonna be kind of trapped.
Yeah, they reversed it. It wasn't
7K did doing what you said is a bad idea. Like they kind of look like they're gonna push, and then they mid-push they stop. And now they're kind of in the open.
I personally would have split off. You don't need any more than 3 tanks, you know. Super
They
Conqueror
stalled
would have-
out.
I would have sent 3 in for Super Conqueror, would have sent the rest of them through the courtyard to counter the 4 and the Super Conqueror. Because you want you're either putting shots into them for free, or you're drawing their guns away. Because right now what they did was they kind of set themselves up into a bottleneck, because now you've got a chief that can shoot from 2 different angles. So Boxdown's going to try and come in from the right flank, smokes in the back, is reloading back. Boxdown's going to try
And at this point, the Death Star hasn't really done much. This might be his first shot of the game if Mystical Ben backs up any further than he is.
Well, Death Star's looking towards Mystical Ben, but you've got the 50 meter Boxhound who, if he does fire, will push straight into the Death Star. This is why I like this map. So you can either chill out and wait till the end of the game to turtle, or you can just push straight in. Fair play to 7k.
Arm smokers coming up on the U4 and Revered here.
Taking a big hit there. He's not going to be able to out-trade Revered. Revered's going to finish him off. There you go. I would have popped 2 in and backed off and reloaded. Personally. Because you're never going to get all 4 off with that reload on the Super Go for about 7 seconds and give them to the food as well. I mean, all shit aside, 7k made the push, you know what I mean? They dictated the flow of the battle, so you got to give them credit for that.
Looks like Boxhound's gonna make a move on the Death Star here, which is just the right
Yeah,
play.
7K did start to make the push, but they also stalled on their push, which,
Yeah, that's
as
the
you can
weakness.
see, started hurting them.
Their focus fire wasn't too great.
As soon as they
either.
stalled, Chief capitalized. They were able to rotate and relocate tanks, apply pressure where needed.
They need to realise that, right, we've got the tank, we've killed it, now let's get out. They shouldn't wait. I mean, the enemy teams are already active here. So the first reaction they're going to get is, right, let's shoot and return. Can't give it to them for free, they should have killed him, split it up and then fell back. Set up for the next push. So if he's just going to get countered by the other batch out where smoke is there, it goes down. This is another close fight, guys.
I think. Yeah, I just like the hit point.
Yes, it
advantage.
is another
There's
close
2
fight.
shot. I think Chief will end up taking this in the
Yeah,
end.
Chief's definitely going to take it. The only reason I said it was close because I know Chief had the HP advantage because of the positioning as well. Because they're all healthier tanks than Chief's weaker tanks. Stuck sitting over there is 1 shot as well. Take RNG. Decisive's on 548 rated them, just quite low as well. He's about 744, you can see that. Now it's just fired, he's now going to get pushed on by the 50Ps. Smoking needs to come in. 24s, double tap. He's going to get rammed. There we go. Nice ram kill by Boxhound to finish it off, very nice. And the victory goes to Chief. I mean, all in all, I wasn't expecting the games to be that close, because what was it? What was the final score on that? Was it 3-1?
3-2 is the
3-2.
final score.
I mean, I'm very impressed by that, to be honest, with 7K. I mean, when I jumped in, I don't recognise any names straight right away, but they played very well. It's just unfortunate that even though they dictated the push, they just didn't capitalise on it too much.
I mean, I think Chief had their tanks
7K.
in a decent position to counter too, even if they would have
7K.
kept pushing.
And LG both formed out of 8 bits.
Ah, so they're both, is it Latin teams? 8 bits
Yes.
of Latin.
Yes, they're both Latin clans.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. So they've got some former experience then.
Yeah, where's my little calling cane?
Yes, 8 bits has been around for a while. I remember It's Risk being with SBA for a while.
Well, I've been in and out for quite a while. Like, I've been taking, breaks quite often, so I haven't really noticed some of the teams. A lot of the teams I used to be hanging around with and no longer exist, so 8 bits are definitely one to recognise. So I guess that's it for the evening then, gentlemen. Congratulations to Chief on their 3-2 victory over 7K. Going to end the stream now. I've been GTL Warrior for GTL, and I'm great and Rage Tanker on communications as well. Take care and see you for the next one.